Hey guys, welcome to Diecast Reviews. Today, I'll be doing something a little different. I've done it once on my channel, as you can see by the title. This is kind of like a overview of the Piston Cup Racers from Cars 1. All 35 of the Piston Cup Racers out of the 36. The only one that's not going to be in this overview is obviously Mac I Car. Very rare. You know, it costs in the thousands to get one of him, and I don't even know if there's any on eBay right now of the Motor Speedway of the South set. So the 35 remaining Piston Cup Racers I will showcase here today, kind of like I did with the Demo Derby cars back in October or September, something like that. So we'll start off with the three main ones, obviously, here. We'll start off with Lightning McQueen. Obviously, everyone's seen Cars 1 Lightning McQueen. This is the rubber tire version. But, yeah, Lightning McQueen, obviously, we all know and love him. Moving on, we've got the King. With the big spoiler, his, like, distinct feature, I guess. And everyone knows and loves the King as well. So there is the King, aka Strip Weathers. Moving on to the last of the three main racers, here's Chick Hicks. Everyone knows, I'm not sure if everyone loves Chick Hicks, but we all know Chick Hicks. Obviously, these three have their own model. McQueen obviously is like a 2006 race car, whatever. The King is obviously like Plymouth Superbird, 1970 Plymouth Superbird, and Chick is like a 1980 kind of style car. Kind of that's how it looks, like a boxy car. So now for the remaining racers, the remaining 32, just background racers, I guess. I was gonna rank them from 32nd to first out of these remaining 32. I was gonna rank them, but I was like 4 cars in. I was like, okay, this is too hard. So I'm just gonna go in numerical order. Starting with Rusty Cornfuel here, the toe cap eraser. Obviously, toe cap was back in Cars 3. So there is Rusty Cornfuel. Moving on, Dale Jr., number 8, voiced by the real Dale Earnhardt Jr., and his sponsor is Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, which at that time was a real race team that Dale Jr. raced for. Now it no longer exists. His sponsor in... Did have to credit Dale Jr. right there. His sponsor in real life, I think, at this point was Budweiser. Obviously, they couldn't put Budweiser in the Cars movie, so they made the car red, but they gave him a fake sponsor, I guess. And then Jr. right here on the back, his signature. Very nice car. I really, probably one of my favorite Piston Cup racers, to be fair. Yeah, I think he was only released like twice. Not counting the Motor Speedway of the South. I think he was released in this rubber tire version like this. And then he was released with his own body style, unique body style. He was released like that once. So he was only released twice, I think, aside from the Motor Speedway of the South set. So pretty rare. Maybe not rare, but hasn't had too many releases, and we're probably never going to see it released again. Here is Aiken Axler, the Nitrade Racer. Has been released plenty of times, nowhere at all rare. And the Cars 3 Piston Cup Stock Racers, obviously very... Phil Tankson is obviously very similar here to Aiken Axler. High energy drink is Nitrate, so really it's like a Gatorade or Powerade or whatever. Yeah, probably one of the first racers I ever got. Moving on, here we have Chuck Armstrong from Mood Springs. I'd read the Meet the Cars bio for these guys, but that would make the video too long. I think what I remember about Chuck's bio here is that he is like allergic to some sort of fuel or something. That was in his bio for sure. But he's a pretty cool car as well. I really like the way they make the 3 on the Mood Springs. They kind of look like springs. Obviously that goes to the Cars 3 Racer on the next gen. They all have that thing, but that feature, but Chuck himself was the original. And obviously race damaged Chuck Armstrong is very, very expensive. Moving on, here we have Trunk Fresh, Dirksen D'Agostino, number 34. Obviously, he's the first of this model we've seen. Trunk Fresh, pretty cool sponsor. I think it's like minty, kind of like mouthwash, but for trunks or something. I don't know, but obviously you can tell by the design, definitely a minty kind of thing. I like the paint scheme, the lime green and the black work together, that's for sure. Probably not one of my favorite racers, but definitely not one of my least favorite racers either. So that is Dirksen D'Agostino. Moving on here, we have Kevin Racing Tire, Shifty Drug. Obviously a drug company. His bio, what I remember about his bio is that his father-in-law owns Shifty Drug, so that's the only reason he's racing. What I heard is, what I remember is that he's not very good at racing, but he just races because his father-in-law owns the company. So, he had a variation when he was first released. He was released in a reddish color. That was incorrect, and in 2015, Mattel re-released him. And they originally re-released him with the red color again, and then later on, towards the year, they corrected it finally to this pink color, which is the correct color that he was in the movie, and it matches up with his truck. So, there is Kevin Racing Tire number 35. Let's move on to probably one of my favorite Piston Cup racers, Eugene Carbureski, Tank Coat number 36. I love the pink and white on him. Looks so well together. Works so well together. Looks very, very nice on him. And yeah, he's the first we've seen of this kind of, you know, similar to Chick Hicks style model. But yeah, he's my favorite. One of my favorite Piston Cup racers. Like I said, love the pink on him. Looks very nice. So yeah, let's give him a ride on the turntable here. And I like the design. You can see the pink, and then you've got a design of like kind of the white mixed in there. Tank coat is soothes upset tank, so kind of like a Pepto-Bismol or whatever. Tums, or I don't know if Tums is pink or not, but you know, it makes sense why they made it pink. But yeah, Eugene Carbureski, probably one of my favorite Cars 1 Piston Cup racers. Moving on, I've shown this guy off recently, Viewzine, Ryan Shields. So Viewzine, kind of like a glass company, I guess, or glasses company, I guess, lens company maybe. Number 39. I've talked about him recently, like in the metallic Ryan Shields video. I like the color, definitely. The turquoise on him looks very, very nice. The yellow numbers are okay as well. That is Ryan Shields. Moving on, we've got Ruby Easy Oaks. We jump from number 39 to number 51. Ruby Easy Oaks here, Easy Idle. A warm start to a cold morning. Maybe like a coffee company or something. I'm not sure. Probably not coffee, but something to get you going in the morning. I'm not sure, but there he is, Ruby Easy Oaks. Pretty cool. Obviously, in Cars 3, the Easy Idle team, they had their number changed to 15. So Cruz could get the number 51 at the end of the movie. But yeah, another pretty cool racer. There's Ruby Easy Oaks. Moving on, we've got Claude Scruggs, another one of the original Piston Cup racers. I'll show this when I get to the other one, but leakless adult trip pants, obviously. Claude Scruggs, number 52, an original Piston Cup racer, along with Nitroade and another one. Watch your wheels is the slogan right there. But yeah, original racer, and he does get re-released from time to time as well, and pretty cool one. Moving on to another one of my favorite Piston Cup racers. Here we have Johnny Blamer, full wheel drive, dirt decals for urban SUVs, just like off-road. So obviously fake stickers to look like you've been off-road when you haven't. Not sure if it was on this one, but yeah, I really like him because of the detail. Obviously, you've got like the trees in the background, the sky, the dirt. I guess the white's supposed to kind of represent like clouds. You got the treads up here. And this one's also a rubber tire version. And yeah, I really like him as well. Another one of my favorite Piston Cup racers, like I said. So that is Johnny Blamer, number 54, full-wheel drive. Moving on, we've got Brush Kerber here from Fiber Fuel. Didn't appear, the sponsor didn't appear in Cars 3, obviously. Running regular. That's supposed to say I'm running regular on the back there. But yeah, another like fuel company. Brush Kerber, pretty nice. Probably not one of my favorite Piston Cup racers, but I still like him. Number 56. Moving on to Octane Game, a sponsor that that had a huge change from Cars 1 to Cars 3. Obviously, number changed to number 19. The color changed from this orange color to a purple color. But Billy Oil changer here for number 58 for Octane Gain, another kind of classic Piston Cup racer. And yeah, well, his design's kind of boring, the orange and the black. Just the, he's a classic Piston Cup racer, and obviously you have to like him before that. Moving on to number 61, Vitaline here, James Clean Air. Interesting about him, he doesn't actually have a mustache, not an air. He's the only racer I think that doesn't have a mustache, which is kind of interesting because we'll get to Misty Motocross here in a second. But Misty Motocross is supposed to be a girl, so for her to have a mustache, interesting. That's very interesting. I don't know, but James Clear here does not have a mustache. In Vitaline, I definitely liked it more in the third Cars movie. I thought the colors and looked very nice on him on Brick Yardley. I like the Vitaline race from Cars 3 more, but James Clean Air here, not bad himself. The green is it's a weird green. It's like an olive green. I'm not sure. In Cars 3, Brick Yardley, obviously more of a lighter green. Like I said, I like that one much more, but James Clean Air here, pretty cool. Number 61 for Vitaline. Moving on here to number 63, Lee Revkins for Transberry Juice. Another pretty cool one. I think on him the coolest thing is like all the bubbles going around to represent the juice or whatever. You can see all the bubbles going around him right there. That's probably the coolest thing on him. Let's give him a random turntable here. I like the purple and the yellow kind of, they work nice together on him, that's for sure. So that is Lee Revkins, number 63, Transberry Juice. Moving on to another classic, Winford, Bradford, Rutherford. You can see I've had this one for a very, very long time, since like 2007 when he first came out. I've had this one for 13 years at this point. So 64 RPM, nighttime backfire suppressant. Yeah, you can see I've had this one for a very, very long time. But actually did the rims. You can see how it's the yellow trim on the blue tires. Most of these Piston Cup racers are actually supposed to have the trim, but Mattel never did it for a lot of them. But here is, like I said, Winford, Bradford, Rutherford. And now if we get Claude, Scruggs, and Aiken Axler here, these are kind of like the main three Piston Cup racers. I guess you could maybe say no Stall Todd Marcus instead of Aiken Axler, but these three classic Piston Cup racers for their body style. So Winford, Bradford, Rutherford, number 64 for RPM. Moving on to Manny Flywheel here for N2O Cola, number 68. He's very similar, in my opinion, to Lee Revkins. Like, they're both in the 60s in terms of number, both purple, and both have a sponsor that is like a drink, Transberry Juice, N2O Cola. So, in my opinion, very similar in terms of that. Obviously, body style is different. And Manny Flywheel here actually has the trim, kind of like Winford, Bradford, Rutherford. So, we give him a ride on the turntable here. There is Manny Flywheel, number 68 for N2O Cola. Moving on to Floyd Mulvihill, Gasprin, Hood Acre Leaf. Most likely supposed to be a play on aspirin. But yeah, Kind of a simple design, but it works. Number 70, just a blue and yellow paint job. And yeah, hood ache relief there on the back. It works. Just this very simple paint job, but it definitely works for Floyd Mulvihill. Most of these Piston Cup Racers, as you can see, I've had for a while, like since 2007, 2008, 2009, when they came out. Moving on here, we've got Misty Motorcross, carburetor decongestant, Rev-Go. This is another rubber tire version, as you can see. Yeah, very, very cool for sure. I really like Misty Motorcross here. The baby blue looks very nice. The like arrow right there. Very, very nice. So yeah, Misty Motorcross, another one of my favorite Piston Cup Racers. If we give her a ride on the turntable here. Like I said, not sure why she has a mustache, but and James Cleaner doesn't, but there you go. There's Misty Motorcross, number 73 for Rev-Go. Moving on, number 74, Slider Petrolski, or Sidewall Shine, obviously a tire company. Another classic, another simple paint job with a yellow base and just a couple black racing stripes on the roof right there, but it works. Looks okay. You know, not my favorite Piston Cup Racer, but not my least favorite either. And this one had a hauler made. I don't know, kind of probably the most random hauler was him and Krusty Rotor here, who actually is the next one, Vinyl Toupee, because that was the only team, kind of Kevin Racing Tire here as well, only team made were those haulers. Most of the other ones had at least a pity made. But here's Krusty Rotor, like I said, number 76 for Vinyl Toupee. Another one of my favorite Piston Cup Racers from Cars 1. I really like the purple paint job. I like that design right there. And this is what I was thinking about. I was thinking about on four-wheel drive. I thought it said somewhere she'll never notice. Like, she'll never notice that's fake stickers, but it's on here. She'll never notice that it's a fake top or not actually vinyl or whatever. And I think in the Meet the Cars bio, this is actually supposed to be like that vinyl top that he's racing with. So, yeah, pretty cool. And I definitely really like Krusty Rotor. So there he is, number 76 for Vinyl Toupee. Moving on, here is number 79 for Retread Haul in Gas. I did a video on him, the metallic version of him, not that long ago either. And he's another one of my favorite Piston Cup Racers. I really like the lavender purple and the dark purple stripes going along him on the side. And the red and white trim kind of round it all out, in my opinion. And I think he is supposed to be like a European racer from the Meet the Cars book. So here he is on the turntable. That is Haul and Gas, number 79, Retread. Moving on to another one of my favorite Piston Cup Racers. I have quite a few, obviously, but Gaskets at number 80. I think this one's more of the sponsor than anything. The racetrack treat. Kind of like a cookie or ice cream sandwich or whatever. There's a good picture, like cream filled, like a wafer or whatever. So yeah, I think this one's more of the sponsor than anything that I really like. But the blue, the red, and the yellow look very nice. And this is another rubber tire version. So Sage Vanderspin here. Let's give him a ride on the turntable. Number 84 Gaskets. So yeah, that is Sage Vanderspin. Moving on to Darren Leadfoot from Shiny Wax, or for Shiny Wax. Here he is. A simple paint job on him as well, with the green and just the yellow lines going around. But it doesn't look too bad. It looks okay. So let's give him a ride on the turntable here. Darren Leadfoot, number 82 for Shiny Wax. So there he is. Moving on, number 84, one of the 84s, Davey Apex. Obviously, the other 84 is the Mac iCar that, obviously, I can't show you here today. But one of the 84s, Davey Apex. Obviously, their number was changed to 48 in Cars 3. Revolting. Rebuilt alternators. The maroon red is definitely an interesting choice, but I think it works on him. Looks pretty nice. I like the blocky gray background right there. Give him a ride on the turntable. Also, I believe he was referred to as Dave Alternators on some packages, but Dave Apex is the more common name for him, in my opinion. So Dave Apex 84 for Revolting. Moving on here to Paunchy Wipeout for Bumper Save. Bumper Save, one of Mattel's favorite teams, in my opinion. They make so much stuff for Bumper Save. But here is Paunchy Wipeout, the Cars 1 racer. Also the Cars 3 racer, but I like the way the save is with the $sign. So Bumper Save there. I really like the turquoise kind of color as well on it. And the white and the red look very nice in my opinion. I always think that turquoise, white, and red are a very, very good combo. So this one kind of encompasses all of it, right? But yeah, there's Paunchy Wipeout number 94 Bumper Save. Moving on to Murray Clutchburn for Sputter Stop. Cold engine relief, so this is kind of like a cold pill or whatever. You're catching cold in my draft. Another racer that appeared in Cars 3. Murray Clutchburn number 92 for Sputter Stop. Let's give him a ride on the turntable here. Another car that kind of has the teal, reddish, white combo, even though this is more of an orange and this is more of a dark, like a aqua green. Moving on to number 93, Ernie Gearson here for Spearmint. Spearmint, obviously like a gum sponsor, I believe. But I really like the leaf right there. That's pretty cool, and I like the teal color as well on Ernie. So let's give him a ride on the turntable here. And yeah, that is Ernie Gearson number 93 for Spearmint. Moving on to probably my favorite Cars 1 stock car racer, Greg Candyman here for Taco Mint. I mean, what's there not to like about him? Got the candy and the frosting going all around him, kind of like the gingerbread background, and the candy cane 101 number, the high revving mint for your motor. Yeah, what is there not to like about Greg Candyman? Probably my favorite Piston Cup racer. So let's give him a ride on the turntable. So yeah, there is Greg Candyman, number 101 for Taco Mint. Got 3 left here. Moving on to Ralph Carlo, number 117 for Little Twerky Pistons. Yeah. I really like the piston for Little Twerky Pistons there. Very cute. And Ralph Carlo, pretty cool. The red, white, and blue. Not patriotic red, white, and blue, but still red, white, and blue, I guess. Yellow numbers kind of get in the way of that. But, yeah, I think he's pretty cool. Probably mid-tier Piston Cup racer. So let's give him a ride on the turntable. So there is Ralph Carlo, number 117 for Little Twerky Pistons. 2 left. Moving on here to Kevin Shiftright, Clutch Aid, number 121. Obviously, Clutch Aid is like a Band-Aid company or something. See Band-Aid right there. Like a medical company or something. With the plus sign right there. The car itself is blue and white, and then you've got these green outlines on the numbers and the sponsor, so that's kind of weird how there's no green other than that on the car, but I still think Kevin Shiftright looks pretty cool. I like the dark blue and the white racing stripes. So let's give him a ride on the turntable here. So there's Kevin Shiftright, number 121 for Clutch Aid, and the last Piston Cup racer, Todd Marcus, number 123 for No Stall, with the checkerboard design. And we all know and love Todd, obviously. That's a classic scene from the movie. Let's give him a ride on the turntable here. So there is Todd Marcus, number 123 for No Stall. So that should do it for my Cars 1 stock car overview. Let's get my top 3 here up on the turntable. Let's get Eugene Car Rusty, Johnny Blamer, and Greg Candyman. Where is he? There he is. Probably my top 3 if I had to rank them. Greg Candyman, obviously my favorite. I'm not sure. Probably Eugene and then Johnny. I'm not sure. But these are definitely my top 3 Piston Cup Racers. Let me know your top 3 down in the comments below, excluding McQueen, Chick, and the King. And yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. And I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.